Hey, my beautiful butterflies. So we've got some exciting stuff for you today. We've got a couple of tarot readings, so you can pick which one you want. Then we're going to do some flower readings from here. And then we should get some spirit messages coming through as well. So this is just a test because I'm going to be doing some live sessions on this and I want to see how they come across. So you lot are my guinea pigs, so hopefully enjoy. Now, if you're going to pick the top pack here, you can see you've got the lady, the Egyptian lady, and she's actually dreaming of snakes and bumblebees like you would. But I mean, if you do, and you're picking this card, brilliant. If you're going to go down to the next pack here, we have a bit of opulence going on. We've got really nice surroundings, so this would have been sort of a reasonably rich dude. So if you want the rich dude pack, have a look. It will be coming up shortly, but I'm going to start off with the lady dreaming of the snake and the bumblebee. Now, snakes and bumblebees, snakes for me are transformation, so it might be within your journey that you are looking to transform yourself, your life, and your sort of outlook really to a more positive direction. And the honeybee for me is like honey, it's nectar, isn't it? So it's all sort of intertwined here. And yeah, so if you've got this pack, you've got aspirations of something greater. Now, what's coming on with the first day, because I'm going to read them in days. So this is you are busy, but you're busy in, it feels like, because it's upside down, in a not very productive way. There's things that are going on, but you don't seem to be getting anywhere particularly fast. So I would just stop, do a bit of reflection and see what you need to do to move you forwards with this, because you're doing tons of stuff and it's not getting you anywhere. So it must be quite exhausting. Next day here, let's have a look at this one. Ooh, okay, so you have some new money coming in. Now, it's money that you might not be aware of, or it might be money that you need to sign a contract for and you're not really sure how much it's going to be, okay? Because I'm being pulled to the little owl here, and this is balance. So whatever is coming in, it is going to be good, but I don't feel it is going to be absolutely massive and life-changing. Sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. But I do feel it will balance you out, and it will support you on your way. Okay, so just small steps to big changes. That's the best way of doing it. It's like if you go on a diet, you know, if you lose tons to start with, you nearly always tend to put it back on again. Next card here. Oops, not the flowers. Right, so the day coming up, there is a foundation here, but I don't want you to be too complacent in what you are doing, because it's almost like you're asleep and you've got people around you who haven't always got your best interests at heart, and you're just totally oblivious to it. Now, I suppose it's that saying, beware of false friends. But I don't think it's only false friends. I think there's a few chances around you who will just try things on. It's pretty childish. It's the sort of thing that kids do, you know, keep pushing and see what they can get away with. And I do feel you're going to have a person around you this day who will do that. So just make sure you've got your boundaries in place, and you can't really go far wrong with this. But just remember, this week isn't about individual days. It's about moving you forwards to the path that you want to be on. So let's have a look at the next card here. Right, the next card here is lots of ups and downs. People are going to really push your buttons, you know, from the point of view where you're like, 1 minute it's okay, and then it's like, yes. So it's not going to be great. But just remember, 3-second rule, she's knocked her fruit over. So you want to just put the fruit back in the cauldron and just take a deep breath, because in the scheme of things, does it matter? You know, just keep your eye on the end goal and see how you get on here. But just, yeah, I think it's one of those days where you're not really going to want to get out of bed, but you're gonna. So just be prepared for that one, and we will see how we go. Yeah, basically it's line in the sand. So you're going to have had enough of something or someone. And this is sort of coming up to the weekend, and potentially on Saturday as well. It's just situations and potentially people. Now, I would advise for this one, if it's people, look at things from different perspectives, because sometimes people can seem absolute not nice really, but you never know what that person's got going on. They might be totally oblivious to you because they might have had some upsets previous on in the week and they don't know how to deal with it, so just give people the benefit of the doubt, but do not let them push your boundaries, because that isn't good. Okay, but as long as you master that, this week is sort of meh. It's a little bit hard for you. You're just like going round in circles and getting stressed out by the lack of action, let's say, but you will get there. Line in the sand, moving forwards. Next week will be a much better one. So yeah, have a great one. Now let's have a look at the next card down, and the opulence. Okay, so what is going on here? Oh, okay, so this one is, if it was up the right way, would be you're beating yourself up about stuff. Now, because it's run the other way, I'm tending to read this that someone is actually on your case. Don't know what they've got going on, but you seem to be getting a bit of the brunt of it. Now, again, perspective, just think that whatever they are doing, however their outer person reacts, is based on what their inner person has going on. You might just happen to be in the way. You might be an easier target, and they might just need to sort of like offload all this rubbish, and you're just in the way. So try not to take this personally. I know it's quite difficult sometimes, but see how you get on, just limit your time with them, and definitely it will be a lot better. So you need to be working together with someone as well for the next day that's coming up. You will get where you need to be, but this is joint working, so you cannot do something on your own. You might try, because sometimes people don't like to ask, but if you need help, ask. People out there want to help, and you would probably help other people as well if they asked you. So just give and take on this one, but it'll be a reasonable day anyway. Oh, death card. Now, you are not going to die. Well, eventually we all do, is one of those things. But this is a change card. Now, this is one door is closing for you and another door is opening, but it is going to be delayed. So whatever you were hoping for that is coming in, it is going to be a little bit longer. So just know you're exactly where you need to be at the moment, and don't stress about it, because things aren't necessarily in place a bit further down the line. Now, next card here is family. So family is probably going to be a little bit up and down, or it has been, but it will be settling down. Now, I always call family like messy happy, because it's just like you've got your different personalities, you've got things going on, you've got people around who have got different personalities here within the family, but it just seems a little bit too quiet to be not worrying, if that makes sense. But it just makes a change. I think they're just settling down and getting on with their own stuff and not giving you aggravation. But I do feel there is some good news coming in here. The sun's coming up here as well, but I am being pulled to the book, so I don't know whether this is an actual reading book or a writing in book, but there's something that needs to be read and something that needs to be written down. So just don't, it's not lists either. So there's something important that is in a book, and it might be a diary or it might be something. See, I'm being pulled to accounts and money. So just check and review your finances. I know we're coming up to Christmas, but I do feel there is a little bit of good news or something surprising in this book. So see where you go with that one, and we'll see where we go. Let me know. Now, you're a happy person and you are a giver, usually. And you've got a few people around you who give and take, and some who take. But it almost feels as though you've finally not necessarily come to your senses, but someone's been pushing your buttons and it's like, no, I'm not giving you that anymore, so you've come to your senses, let's say. And yeah, sometimes you need to do that, so that's not a bad thing, and you're not necessarily being selfish. So you need to think of yourself sometimes, so that is quite a good thing. So with regards to the flowers, I don't know if you can see these very well. Let me see if I can put something down on here, which probably won't help. So this is a gypsophilia, and it's very pretty, and it's like pure white, and it's got little bits of yellow in there as well, so little bits of sunshine. So for the week, because there's lots of little bits on here, I want you to be a little bit social, inject some sunshine into your, pick things that make you happy, do everything. I think, right, what will make me happy while I'm doing this, even if I don't want to do it? It might be that you're working with a lot of different people and that brings you joy, which is always a good thing. But just be mindful that you don't do too many things and you don't actually get anything finished, okay? Because this is quite a busy little plant, and there's pure intentions there because it is white, but there is a lot going on. So just be mindful, pick a couple of bits, no more than that, and start working with those and see how you get on. Now, if you're picking this little rose, bless it, it has seen better days, but it is trying to open up and is a little bit squashed on some of the bits. So it's yellow and it's like got a pinky reddy colour. So I want to say you're gonna try and be happy for some of the time, but there is a bit of passion there, and I do feel there's a little bit of a short fuse because that, you can see that middle bit, it's quite tight. So you might be trying to keep something to yourself and just work through something, and someone might be coming and just trying to go, no, tell me, no, tell me, no, tell me. It might be quite irritating, but and you have the ability there, based on this colour scheme, to absolutely explode, and it's not going to do you or anyone else any good. So I would, again, deep breaths here with this one. You've got things going on. It's just like you haven't got any energy at the moment, because if you look, I know this is could probably do with a bit of water, perhaps you could do with a little bit of water. There's just a lack of energy and vitality here, even though the colours are showing that there should be passion and vitality there. Just go back to nature, or go back to whatever floats your boat, and just take a little bit of you time out, and just make sure you do drink plenty of water if that is your thing, even though I'm not giving you medical advice, but we are water beings, so we tend to be able to, or we should be drinking water. Yeah, and just see how you get on. Get your vitality back. If life is beating you down, find things that make you pop up and spring up with a vengeance. That's what life's about. It's about having fun and enjoying yourself. We have a very pretty gerbera. Let me try and get it in there. And it's a very lovely red colour. It is a bit deeper than it's showing on there here, but you can also see there is a massive long stem to this. So I want to say you're possibly going to be, or you need to be a little bit slow to the burn, but you also need to make sure that, one, you're definitely going in the right direction, and two, if you need to change, you've got plans in place for you to change. Now you can see the centre here, there's a lot of little flowery leaves. They're not leaves, they're petals, oh no, sorry, all around the edge, and they're absolutely lovely, and they are quite quite springy. And then you've got the beautiful centre bit. Again, it's got different colours in there. So I want you to just, if you've got anything going on, keep it to your inner circle, you know, because it does feel like you're a little bit, oh yeah, I'm wonderful, and I'm happy on the outside, but you've got a lot going on in the inside there, and sometimes you just need to be able to manage that. But I do want you to go out and be, again, a little bit sociable with people, even if it's not something that you want to do, because this red colour is bringing energy and passion, and you're the sort of person that does need that in your life. You need that social interaction as well, and that energy and passion, but I do feel that you need to be on your own, because this is a long stem flower. It is very, very comfortable in its own space. Okay, and this is where you are as well, comfy in your own space, but sometimes you need to share that space. I'm going to use the flowers now as a little bit of an experiment to see who I can get through from Spirit, who will link to this flower. Now, as I connect with the spirit world, I have got a lady coming in. She would have been a nan, but she would have been, I think, quite a glamorous nan. She would have liked her bracelets. I can see her with, it almost looks like, I can't think of the name of them. It's quite a chunky bracelet, but it's one of those ones where you sort of have the charms on. I can't think. I know they've got a name. Sorry, it's just, I don't, Pandora or something like that. So it's quite a big bracelet, and things would have been added onto it by her grandchildren or anyone else. It would have been, what should we get? Oh yeah, we know, let's get her another charm for a bracelet. And it would have got quite heavy. I've got the name of Dora or Doreen. It's a definite D name that links with her, and she would have had sisters. I do feel there were 3 of them, and I do feel that this lady would have been a jolly lady. She wouldn't have been, let's just say, a very slender lady. She would have had good meat on her, but she would have had swollen ankles, because I'm seeing her with a little bit of high heel. Not, well, a little bit of high heel, not overly high heel. The ankles are a little bit swollen, but that would not have stopped her from wearing them. Yeah, because the flat shoes weren't for her, you know, flat shoes, not her sort of thing. Yeah, so what is she coming in for? I do feel that there is a wedding or something coming up. There is a celebration that is coming up very soon, and she just wanted to pop in to say that she is here. She will be there, and she'll be raising a glass, even though I don't feel she necessarily drunk a lot of alcohol. There's a Shirley name that links around her, and a Cyril. Okay, so if you know these people linked to this lady, she's a very jolly lady. She's not giving me what she passed of, but I do feel that it was pretty quick. Okay, but she's there. There's a lot of love coming through for the family, and I just leave her love with you. Let's have a look who links with the Gypsophilia. Okay. Right, I've got a gentleman with me, and his name is Roger. I do feel that he would have been quite a tall gentleman, and I do feel that he would have had quite a good job, because I'm seeing him dressed quite smartly actually in his job and out of his job, so I do feel that it would have paid quite well. He's bringing me to his shoes, and these are brown shoes. Don't want to get hung up on the colour, but they were very, very shiny, and this was his way. If you had dirty shoes wasn't a thing that inspired confidence in him. Shiny shoes. He might have almost been in the army, from the point of how shiny these shoes are. I've got the name of Desmond that links around him as well. Desmond might be a name, or Desmond might be a road name, but I've got that linking quite firmly with him. Now, he's showing me a book, and I feel it's a Bible or something. So I do feel that he would have gone to church, and he would have gone quite regularly and been an upstanding member of a church. I have the name Doris that links around him, and I do feel he had a couple of dogs as well. And these wouldn't have been little dogs, they would have been medium sized. Sorry, I'm not great on dog breeds. Similar, oh no, I want to say whippets, but not a bit bigger than whippets, but like a pointy nose but a rough coat, and I know whippets don't have a rough coat. I feel there's links to Ireland as well with this gentleman, and there's also the name of Dave around him. Now he is coming through because someone needs to hear the message out of the Bible. So he wants to come and give some supporting words to someone. And I do feel that this is a lady. And I do want to put forward the fact that he's saying he's got this, whatever is going on, he has got this. And he doesn't want you to worry. But there's nice words that are coming from his heart to yours to give you peace in this time. Okay, so I'll leave his love with you and hope this resonates with someone. Now, I'm being pulled to the little rose, and the little rose is always love. Literally, I just love roses. They are beautiful. I have a young lady coming through, a very pretty young lady who would have been carefree and just got on with life. She would have just loved life. She wouldn't have let things get in her way. And I do feel that there was an illness that took her over, and it took the energy out of her. She wants you to remember as this vibrant young lady with all of this love, and the love that you have for her. Again, I don't feel that she has been gone too long, but if she has been gone a while, you're still struggling with her passing, and she wants you to know that she's doing work on the other side, and she wants you to just start loving yourself and just know that she is always with you. You are never on your own. She's always here. So please, can you keep talking to her? She is listening, and she knows you're listening. And I do feel that there are flowers, or there is a flower that you look at, and you do also talk to her photo, and you are in her room, and it doesn't feel like there is much that has changed in her room, and she is in there with you. And yeah, she just wants to send you lots and lots of love to you and Dad. Okay, and I feel there is a cat as well that she's left behind. So leave her love with you. All the best, and just remember, spirit world come close when we need them, when we talk to them, and anything that you get in your mind, any thoughts or any songs or anything that you get drawn to, just think, oh, it's my imagination. Yeah, it is. That's how the spirit world talk to you. It comes through your imagination, so never ever disregard it, and just always just remember, there's more to this life than we know about, whether you choose to believe it or not. But it gives me comfort, it gives other people comfort, and it's up to you whether it gives you comfort or not. But it's okay if it doesn't. Okay, lots of love, and ta-ta for now.